how to protect kids from online trolling and online sexual harassment. Recently, there have been a increase in suicide among school-going girls who have had sexual harassment. What is commonly observed in their suicide notice, they feel that they are object of shame and they are guilty. They are scared to share to parents. How can we as parents give confidence to our kids to share it with us?
Okay. See, what I'm going to say is something that many of you may disagree with, and that's fine by me. But this is my observation, that as parents, when our child is a baby, whoever comes, we say hello, say good morning, say this, say that, give a kiss. We instruct our child to behave in a particular way with an adult. What this does to the child is, and the child's own intuition and understanding of, like an animal. I mean, a child is like an animal. A dog knows some people, it wouldn't go anywhere near those people. It will bark. Cats, they don't like people. They'll just move away. They are using their natural instinct to know that you don't like them. And therefore, they don't like you. Or maybe you've done something that's bad and they can feel the vibes and they don't want to come anywhere near you because they don't want anything bad to happen to them. This instinct exists in our children. What we do by making them kiss uncles and aunties is we kill that instinct. That instinct of self-protection and self-preservation is killed. And the child starts feeling that, okay, this is the norm. Adults will do anything and you have to put up with it. And this is the reason why they get into situations where they get assaulted, abused, even online. Because they feel that they don't have, they cannot control what they should be doing depending on their instinct. So they don't have an instinct anymore. They don't know from their interaction with the person that this feeling in the pit of my stomach is telling me that this is not a good person. Because that feeling in the pit of the stomach has been switched off. So that's why our children get into these situations, because they don't have the preservation instinct anymore. And the reason for that is us and our behavior. So in the name of social correctness, we end up killing the intuition of our children. If we just allow the child to be, what happens? The child may be there. So like when I go and meet people and they say hello to auntie, I said, no, please don't force the child to do anything. I have my own equation with the child, and when the child and me come on the same page, the child will come and interact with me. I don't want to do anything, handshake or nothing. So I insist. And what happens? The child will look at you, then you look and then smile, it'll hide again. This is their way of understanding who you are. And we are not giving them that space and time. We are forcing our behaviors or our expected behaviors on the child. And therefore, the child feels misunderstood. Anyway, my parents are not going to understand me. Anyway, for everything, I'll be blamed. You're not a good girl. You didn't say hi to auntie. You're a bad boy. You didn't share this particular thing with that particular boy, when you wanted to play. What has happened? We've ensured that this child is never going to say anything to us because the child feels that it is totally misunderstood. Would you go and talk to somebody whom you know is not going to understand you and is going to blame you for what has happened? So that is how insensitive we are as a society to a child. You would never go and touch the cheek of an adult, Never say, hi, so cute. You never do it.
True.
But everybody does it to a child. Can't you see that entity, that beauty that is there in this small being, physically small, but they have a right to their own space? Why don't we be sensitive to that? What gives us the right to go and pinch the cheek of a baby? So, it really upsets me that this child, from the time of its birth, it has no control on who is touching it. So how does it know about good touch and bad touch? So we shouldn't, we have to say, sorry, don't touch the child. If the child wants to be touched, it will come to you. And that is a different equation. When the child is following its own intuition and it can feel that there is happiness in this relationship. And then the child will trust you as an adult because you've allowed the child to engage with the adults around her or him at their own pace, at their own terms. And when the child feels like, okay, maybe it feels like going and talking to an uncle, and after some time it feels physically discomforted because of what perhaps is being done, the child comes, I don't want to talk to the uncle. Great, good. What happened? You were having a good time. No, he's touching me. Then the child will talk. Then you have to believe your child. And you have to follow the instinct of the child. And not say, no, that guy is my friend. He'd never do something like this. You say it, you've killed again the instinct of the child. So it's what we give as feedback in each of these social interactions that lives with the child as their as a reaction to the outer world. So if we want our children to be safe, we have to ensure that we're not forcing them at any time in any situation. We are listening to them.
See, Meenakshi, now what happens, say my child now is like, say, 12 years or something like that. And she's been subject to online trolling. So how do I prevent that now as a parent?
So, see, what you have not done so far, you have to do now.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, till now, I didn't realize that I had forced my child to go through these things and all that. Now, that's what I say. Always honesty works. Always humility and humbleness works. Today, I realized, oh my God, I've always forced my child to, interact with people and shake hands or give a kiss or hug them, give auntie a hug. I've done this. And maybe today what I heard is making me feel that, yeah, I shouldn't have done it. In which case, I go to my child and say, look, you know what? Today there was this information that came to my ears. And without knowing, I've done this to you. And I'm so sorry, baby. And please, from now on, I will not force you to do any of these things. And it was my mistake. It's just my ignorance. I just didn't know it. I was not doing it consciously with the purpose to hurt you. And I didn't even know that you were being hurt. I'm so sorry. And if you really feel, you will definitely cry in that instant. And the child will know that here is a person who's willing to listen to me.